Hi, my name is Kenyon Schwartz, and today I will be exploring the negative exclusive behavior within the LGBT community. And to do so, I will be using Monroe's motivated sequence. Before I begin, I would like to state that the password for today's speech is going to be popcorn. Additionally, I'd like to show my three wonderful people who are here to watch my speech. I have two people right here with me. And then I have a third wonderful person right over here. All right. And to begin, being gay, I expected to find a lot of support and inclusivity within my community. While I'm able to find this for myself, however, it isn't an equal opportunity for everyone. Generally recognized and appreciated as one of the most supportive and inclusive communities, there's actually a surprising amount of body shaming, exclusivity, and strong negative judgment among a large portion of the LGBT environment. It is important that this is recognized and everyone, LGBT or not, makes a motion to reduce this exclusive behavior continually recognized in modern society among the community. Negative attitudes aren't an issue I struggle with in large myself. However, it is prevalent regardless. Regarding how an individual identifies, the two groups that are most easily and widely accepted are those who identify as gay or lesbian, the first two letters of our acronym. Sometimes, individuals will identify as gay or lesbian to avoid coming out at all, or to avoid ridicule over identifying as bi, despite what they truly may identify as. A study conducted by PEW in 2014 found that while 77% of gay men are out, the same can only be said for 12% of bisexual men. This is often due to workplace harassment or discrimination, or the well-known argument that bisexual is just a stopping point to being gay. Moving beyond the first two letters of our acronym, the inclusivity ends there. As previously mentioned, those who identify as bisexual hardly ever come out publicly, or even to themselves. Regarding the T of LGBT, this might just be one of the most ignored and disrespected parts of our community. According to one investigation by Biomed Central, several individuals who identified as trans were reported to experience extended stigma, name-calling, harassment, and social rejection. Often while in facilities that separate individuals based on a gender alone, those who are trans are placed incorrectly according to how they identify, and this leads to further discrimination or harassment. This can be seen in the popular Netflix original, Orange is the New Black. Actress Laverne Cox plays a transgender woman who is placed in stressful circumstances that make her subject to harassment. While major issues begin with how individuals identify, the judgment doesn't stop there. Many conflicts stem from body shaming or getting stuck at race. Body shaming is something that's prevalent throughout the country, regardless of the LGBT community. However, it takes an impressively large stance with gay, lesbian, bi, and transgender individuals alike. Those who are trans experience it on an entirely separate scale, as internal body dysmorphia is already a stressful fact for many, and something difficult to deal with. Adding external body negative comments creates an even more stressful environment and situation for many to deal with. And while there are many resources for an individual to reach out to, it doesn't erase the initial shock and pain. As Michael Brosseau of the Odyssey mentions, this bullshit, quite frankly, has got to stop. Whether someone is young or old, exploring sexuality on apps such as Tinder or Grindr is entirely possible and commonplace. The issue, however, comes into play when there are taglines mentioning no fats, femmes, no Asians. Having a type of someone I'm generally attracted to wouldn't be the issue, yet by listing a complete exclusion of entire ethnicity or body type is completely dismissing this group of people based on arbitrary terms. Having judgment towards the LGBT community from both within itself and outside is completely preventable and can be reduced. As long as those who can educate themselves and do their part, the most important thing someone can make sure to do, once again, is to be educated. Many people don't know the impact of their words on others, or realize what someone may be already going through. It's impossible to control someone's reaction to an event, however. Controlling the statement from the beginning may reduce negative impact. Taking into account what someone may be going through or how something is said a certain way may reduce the amount of judgment a statement can carry. In many cases, it's not even the words that are said that can be perceived as negative, but it can be the tone of voice and inflection, as well as the timing of when someone chooses to say something. Reaching out to various resources is a useful way to alter the way something is said, or even not just changing what's said, but how a situation is viewed. Ultimately, changing the way a message is translated is important. However, changing the way the environment is perceived is the most important, because what creates change is action, and making an example of that same action. A most important resource is GLAD, who provides an entire pamphlet among other resources to better understand what is acceptable to say and what isn't. Within their pamphlet, GLAD mentions the right words can help open people's hearts and minds, while others can create distance or confusion. Effective conversations about LGBT people and equality are framed in authentic, emotionally compelling ways that resonate with people's values. The LGBT community is full of love from all angles, at least on the surface. However, a deeper look will show that there are negative influences and attitudes from outside and within the community. It is extremely important to recognize problematic issues for LGBT individuals and learn from past mistakes to avoid future ones. By educating ourselves on what can be seen as hurtful and how things can be better translated from one mind to another, we can reduce the exclusivity that the LGBT community continually makes an example of in our current society.